As you watch this Calvary briefing, it should be August 10th. And if all things go according to plan, I will actually have started my sabbatical. After 21 years at Calvary, this is my third sabbatical, which comes around every 7 years. A sabbatical is defined as any extended period of leave from one's customary work, especially for rest, to acquire new skills or training. Now, the rest of a sabbatical doesn't mean oversleeping, but it really means gaining some new skills and some new perspectives after not being a part of the daily grind of work. One of the great ways of describing a sabbatical actually comes from, of all places, the lumber industry. If you take a very strong lumberjack and give them a very good saw and send them out, you will notice over time that even though they exert more and more effort, they are less and less productive. It would be very wise for the lumber company to give the lumberjack, their employee, time to sharpen the saw to make his work even more effective. That's what a sabbatical is. It's a time to sharpen the saw, and I'm so thankful for it. God has used it in my life in great ways. Each of the 8 Thursdays that I will be on this sabbatical, I'm going to share some briefer briefings with you that I also hope will help you to sharpen your saw. And the first couple of the briefings that I want to bring to you, I want to talk to you about prayer. I want to talk to you about all-night prayer. Not long ago, I was struck by a short section in the Gospel of Luke, chapter 6, beginning at verse 12. In these days, Jesus went out to the mountain to pray, and all night he continued in prayer to God. And when day came, he called his disciples and chose from them 12, whom he named apostles: Simon, whom he named Peter, and Andrew his brother, and James and John, and Philip and Bartholomew, and Matthew and Thomas, and James the son of Alphaeus, and Simon, who was called the Zealot, and Judas the son of James, and Judas Iscariot, who became a traitor. Jesus prayed all night as he faced this important time in his life of naming 12 disciples who would be apostles and would actually plant the church after Jesus ascended to heaven. All-night prayer brought this very important result: 12 apostles. All-night prayer also resulted in Judas the traitor being named to that team. Isn't it incredible that even in all-night prayer, a part of Jesus naming the apostles resulted in him naming Judas, who would eventually turn his back on Jesus and betray him? But that's the very act that God used to save us. Today, remember, God is sovereign. So pray.